Greetings, cocktail aficionados. It's John Moser with another edition of Cocktails Out of Quarantine. Guess what? It is Old Fashioned Week, or at least some bourbon company declared it was. Well, here's the problem. I have already made a video. My very first video was on how to make an old fashioned. And then just a month or so ago, I made one on how to make a rum old fashioned. So I do want to do an old fashioned, but it's a different one. It's one I've been interested in doing for a while. It's a Wisconsin old fashioned. If you order an old fashioned at virtually any bar in the state of Wisconsin, what you will get is not the traditional old fashioned. It's different in two major respects. One, instead of bourbon or rye, it uses brandy. And two, the fruit is muddled. Now, I hate it when I go to a bar and I order an old fashioned and they bring me something with the fruit muddled. I complain about it all the time. But it's actually the appropriate way to fix a Wisconsin Manhattan. So I am going to prepare this drink. Its history, again, it's not clear. Outside of Wisconsin, it's not very well known. As best as cocktail historians, are there such things? Maybe that's what I am, I don't know. The best we can tell, around 1893 and slightly afterward, it became popular in Wisconsin. And the reason for it seems to be that Korbel brandy, made in California, was first introduced at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893. And there were large numbers of Wisconsinites that came to that fair. After all, it wasn't that far. And a lot of these Wisconsinites were German Americans. They had a taste for good German brandy anyway, so they really took to Korbel. And this was roughly the same time that the old-fashioned, the traditional one with bourbon or rye, was taking off across the country. So for those reasons, Wisconsin went off the track a little bit, and instead of having the traditional old-fashioned, it was this version that became popular. So I'm going to show you how to make it, but first I'm going to show you what you're going to need to make it. The Wisconsin Old Fashioned, as I already mentioned, uses brandy. We've got this nice Asbach Uralt German brandy, which we're going to use as the base. Angostura bitters, just like the traditional Old Fashioned. Orange slices, though we're going to be muddling them. They will not nearly be garnish. We've got these great Luxardo cherries. We're going to muddle a couple, and we're going to use a third as garnish. The sweetening is going to come from this sugar cube. I'm very excited to have this Demerara sugar cube. And in another deviation from the traditional old-fashioned, we're going to top it off with club soda to give it a bit of fizz. So there it is, brandy, bitters, orange, cherries, Demerara sugar cube, club soda. That's all you need. Let's make the drink. Guess what? We're not going to use a cocktail shaker for this drink. We are going to make it in the glass, and we're going to start by putting in the sugar cube. We are going to drop on top of that a couple of slices of orange, and because these are little oranges, I'm going to have these have a little wider slices, and a couple of our highly decadent Luxardo cherries, and 3 dashes of Angostura bitters. And then we're going to go at this with the muddler. There you go. And we're going to get this really good. There's going to be pulp and stuff at the bottom, and that's absolutely fine because that's what this drink calls for. We get a nice fruity slush at the bottom that is going to pair nicely with the brandy and, of course, with the sugar. It's already smelling quite good. There we go. We are going to add ice. To the top there. And now on top of this, we pour 2 ounces of our brandy. And then we are going to top it off with club soda. You can also use 7-Up or Sprite or anything like that, but I think this drink is going to be plenty sweet with all the fruit and the sugar at the bottom, so I would rather just put regular club soda on top. Okay, last thing, we're going to garnish it. Gonna get another slice of orange. Grab a toothpick. What I'm going to do is take a cherry. I'm going to set it in the middle of that orange slice. You can see what I'm doing? I'm threading the toothpick through one side of the orange, through the cherry, through the other, and I place it strategically right on top. Here it is, the Wisconsin Old Fashioned. Here's to the people of Wisconsin, and here's to Old Fashioned Week. I hope you're celebrating in the appropriate way. Cheers. Oh, that is nice. Look, I'm a fan of the traditional Old Fashioned. I love the Old Fashioned. But once in a while, you gotta mix it up. And there's no better way to do it I can think of than with the Wisconsin Old Fashioned. Hope you're having a great day. See you next time.